new studio. We got special guests with us today. This guy came and found us somehow. I forget how, but he'll probably tell us. He's a core team now. It's our buddy Zach. He's going to be running music and music things. You'll probably see him more on the show later, but this is going to be his nice little introduction. Hey, Stevie, how about you do the introduction?
All right. Well, this is Stevie Rhymes here, and my guest today is Zach Davi,
Hello,
good
everybody.
friend, fellow musician. I've had the pleasure of playing with him a couple times. Zach, first of all, I wanted to know, you came from New York. How long have you been here now?
Moved to here 2018.
2018.
California, yeah.
All right. And I know you wrote a song about this place called California, one of your originals.
Yes.
And tell me how you got into the music scene out here. What was your first band or your first people you ran into?
That's a good question, Steve. Thank you. I moved out here 2018, and the reason I moved out here was to pursue music. So I came out here and immediately was kind of almost starstruck by the change in atmosphere from moving from the East Coast of New York to moving to California. You see the beaches and the palm trees and the sand and the girls in the bikinis.
Yes.
So that was the first song I wrote when I moved out here was California.
All right. You wrote that on your own, basically, right?
Yeah.
No, you didn't have a band at the time?
No, did not have a band at the time. I just recently formed a band about a year ago called Neon River. But up until that point, I was just pursuing solo stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah, just playing around Orange County in L.A.
All right. Tell me a little bit about Neon River. How did you run into them? And, tell me about their members and, a little bit about the kind of music you play.
Yeah, so I met Mike, is our bassist, and Joy is our drummer, and I met them, so I support the sober community as well, so I went and I met them through the sober community, and we were all pursuing solo projects at the time, so me and Mike became, best friends just through that community. We actually got an apartment together and moved in together and started playing music. And we would go out and play gigs like acoustic and go around, and then we were like, you know what, we need a drummer.
All right.
And right around that same week, Joy had messaged us on Facebook Messenger. I was like, hey, do you guys want to jam sometime? We're like, fuck yeah, we want to jam.
All right.
So we would rent like one of those studio space, like those lockouts,
Right, yeah.
for a couple hours and just kind of mess around. And then we were like, let's start a band. And we tried to figure out the name for forever. We were
Right.
debating the name.
Finding a name that hasn't been used is just ridiculous. I've been through that process.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We settled on Neon River. I just thought it was a really cool name.
Yeah, it is a nice name. I like
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. So we, now we're about a year strong, and we're gigging, regularly. Mike just had his newborn son.
Oh, very good.
So he's
Congratulations to
trying
Mike
fit
out
sign in
there.
that, yeah. And then I also got involved in a project with you, and me and you make songs together as well.
Yes. Well, I know that first of all, we got together with Band with No Name.
Yes.
It was
Shout
me,
out
you
to
and
Dana.
And after that, me and you just started hanging out, of course. And yes, we've written a couple songs together. And beyond that, tell us a little bit about the other project we've fallen into here.
Yeah, so now me and you are kind of writing tunes together, and as you know, I produce music as well, so
Right.
we're in the process, or starting the process of recording the songs that me and you write together, because you are a very talented songwriter too.
Okay.
So,
Thank you very much. Tell me about your first gig at the Patio, and tell me a little bit about what you feel, how you felt about the Once Upon a Time Patio.
you introduced me to the Patio. So
right.
you texted me and was like, do you want to form a band? I told these guys at the Patio that we're going to play a gig in a month. I was like, yeah,
Guilty.
for sure. But it was nice because it got us like in the, we started moving things really fast because we had to play that gig in a month. And me, I've never been there before.
Oh,
Never
right.
had been there. And we went there like a week before we were supposed to play. I had no expectations, no idea of what it was going to be. And I like walk up to this like house in the neighborhood of Huntington Beach, and I was like, where is the venue? You know? Because you're like, there's a stage, there's a bar, you know, there's free weed, free beer. And I was like, where the fuck is this going to be happening? So we walked past the house, and I could hear the loud music. And like you walk through the back gate and into this like just oasis of like lights on the trees, and there's like a stage, and there's like cameras everywhere, and everyone's just having a great time. I was like, I gotta play here more often, you know? I was like, who runs this shit?
Yeah, that's the
Please.
first thing I thought when I got there. I have to play here.
Yeah. So I just kept going back because I knew like I could, you know, try to squeeze my way in there somehow. I knew it was just full of opportunity with what Machete and EA are doing.
Thank
And
you, EA and Machete,
Yeah.
again, for creating such an awesome venue and letting us be a part of it, for sure.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit, speaking of the patio, since the patio was basically code enforced out of existence, me and you have started a patio band, right? We're
Yes.
starting to gather people together from the old patio circuit.
Yes.
We'd love any of you to come in, jump in with us, sit in a song. It's kind of a very free-form thing at the moment, and that's kind of how we want to keep it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're kind of switching up locations around downtown HB at the moment, and we are throwing shows to where artists can jump on and showcase their talent. And we have the best of the best from the patio. I remember I texted you one night. I got really stoned in my room, and I texted you, and I was like, let's make a patio band.
Oh, right.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, I had the whole list of everybody, you know. I was
Yeah,
like,
he's
everybody in
basically
my head.
handpicking people out of all the bands that have played there. And
Yeah. And then, and like that was before you and Machete even took me to see House of Vibe. Shout out House of Vibe.
Oh, yeah, such an inspiration.
Such an
If
inspiration.
you ever get a chance, check out House of Vibe.
They're great.
Amazing.
They're great.
All right.
Yes, they play at Killer Shrimp in Marina Del Rey
So,
every Friday.
so anything else you'd like to add, basically? Any projects other than what we've talked about you're working on, or
Well, I'm currently
anybody you want to give a shout out to?
working on some stuff that I'm recording currently. So shout out to me.
Shout out Zach Davi.
I'm kind of producing the whole thing and gonna send it to someone to mix over to my buddy Mike. So shout out to Mike. He does,
Shout out Mike.
He's also a producer, Sonic Rhythm Beats. No, I think we kind of pretty much. I do my solo stuff. I have Neon River, and then we're kind of working on this patio band. But he's gonna pull up some clips of our second show at the patio. Shout out to Brandon Baker for always coming through with the sax,
Right.
because it's amazing when he comes through with that. It's really great.
For sure, definitely. Check out on Instagram, of course, Zach Davi Music.
Yeah.
Also, Neon River.
Yes.
For sure, I think it's, Brendan Baker Music?
Brandon Musical Baker.
Brendan Musical Baker, also on
Yes.
Instagram. Don't forget to check out the HB Patio, also on Instagram. And myself, Stevie Rhymes, if you care to, also on Instagram. And I want to thank you so much for being here today. Always
you.
a pleasure to have you here. Always a pleasure to play with you, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
And everybody be on the lookout. Neon River is also recording a 3-song demo of some of the original tunes that you'll see in those clips.
When can we expect to hear that?
Middle of summer.
Middle of summer.
It'll be should be fully done and
All
mixed.
right.
Ready
Well,
to go.
at the height of summer, look for the new Neon River drop.
Yes. Thank you, Stevie.
All right. And this is HB Patio. Thank you again.
As some of you know, I don't drink alcohol anymore. But there's times where I crave a cocktail. But I don't want to get drunk. So what's awesome now is Recess. Makes craft cocktails, non-alcoholic, which are amazing. This one right here is a margarita. Ooh, smells like I'm on a bar. Tastes like it, just no alcohol. Go support Recess.